How are ya? This video is maybe one of the hardest videos that I've ever had to make, besides the video that I had to make that I was divorcing my husband and starting a new life. I'm gonna get through this the best I can because you guys deserve an explanation. The last video I made was sitting by my fireplace and I'm selling my house, giving you a tour of the house and telling you I'm moving in an RV, and everybody was like, whoa, Ursula, whoa. That was pretty dramatic, right? Yeah, I do things that are pretty dramatic sometimes. And so I thought it was important for me to sit on my island again and tell you the story. Now, I've been crying for a week straight. So I'm praying that I got the tears out of me so I can just get through this video the best I can. I don't think the lighting is that great, but we're gonna work with it anyway, okay? This is the best I could do. It's kind of an overcast day. So January 2025 was supposed to be a fabulous month, a new beginning. I'm moving, new chapter of URSulaTv, new chapter of URSY's Great Adventures. I'm so excited. It went from I'm so excited to now I'm crying at home for a week. And let me give you the backstory. I was doing my best to just say I'm moving in an RV and keep everything else private for the sake of my family. I did not want to divulge locations or exactly what I was going to be doing. Because I have a large following and I do behind the scene work, as you know, I have to really be careful where I go, what I say, and keep people around me private. And so I did my best to do that, announcing I was gonna move into an RV and live on the road. And it confused a lot of people. And I apologize for that. I did not mean to confuse a lot of people. My intention was to keep my beautiful family private and locations private. So I'm still gonna do that, but I will give you the backstory of what happened. So after my divorce, well, it's been like 6 years now, I told you my family just kind of scattered. Everybody just scattered. And it was very sad. It was a new beginning for me. It was a new chapter for me and a new chapter for my adult kids. But it also it felt so very sad and lonely because you raise your kids and then you want to be a part of their life forever, or at least I do. And so it was just kind of a bittersweet, and everybody just was looking to find their self, and everybody scattered and went into different locations and did different things. And I was just trying to find myself and make a living and figure out how to buy a home, because my mom's biggest regret at the end was that she had so many homes and at the end she was left with nothing. She had sold all of her homes. And so because I gave my home and everything to my ex-husband and I didn't take anything except for my belongings and my business, I completely had to start over at 50 years old. I'm not a gold digger. I gave him everything because I just felt like he had made the mortgage all those years. Plus, there were so many memories in that home that I didn't think that I wanted to move forward in my new chapter. And I felt like I needed to do a complete fresh start. So I moved and I started a new life, and I manifested this beautiful home within 6 months. And I hustled, and I worked really hard for everything I got. So I hustled really hard. I got this house within 6 months of moving here. I love this house, always loved this house, but as you know, it costs a lot of money to live in a house and to maintain everything. And my picker has been broken with relationships. And since I've been here, I have never really met somebody who could keep up with my financial lifestyle. And because I'm a giver and because I'm a lover and because I treat people the way that I deserve to be treated, I've opened up my home to situations that probably weren't the best for me, and it's never been quite my equal in relationships. Not to say that they're bad people, it's just that I so desire a relationship to where I feel safe, I feel financially safe with them, I feel secure, and I feel valued and loved for my inside, not just the way I look on the outside. And there has been many mistakes and lessons that I've learned since I've been here. And my son and daughter and I got together on one of our vacations and we said, wouldn't it be great if we could buy land and we could have a homestead and we could raise our kids, the grandkids together, and grandma could be there. You have an acre of land, you have an acre of land, and you have an acre of land. That's why we all have our own space, but we could just drive four-wheelers over to each other and have dinners and have a community garden. And that was kind of our dream. We all three got together and talked about it. And I didn't know who was going to get the land first. I assumed I was probably going to have to do it because everything is so expensive now. And one of our family members got the land and got the home, got the homestead. But they're married, and it wasn't in the cards for that person per se. And things just started moving ahead, and a grandbaby was coming, and they came to me and said, I really want to do this. I want you to live here with us and on the land, and maybe build on an acre. We'll give you an acre of land and you can build anything you want. And I was excited. And then I thought we could all be together, and this all dream could be, there's a creek and free water, and we could have a community garden, and all their dreams will come true now. And so I got really excited. I came back from that vacation, decided to sell everything, and decided to go for it. And the only way I could think of so that I didn't get in their space and in their home, because I know everybody needs their own privacy, and was to buy the RV. And so I bought the RV. That's why you guys were like, whoa, what's going on with you? I bought the RV just for temporary. And then I was going to just park it in different places on the land and just learn to embrace this outdoor cooking lifestyle and have my barbecue there and have my outdoor furniture there. And I thought, this is going to satisfy me. I don't need a pool because I can swim in the creek. And then I could have the dream of being together with my family and actually getting to feel what it would feel like to be a grandma. I hear it's pretty wonderful. And I've never had the opportunity yet to do this. And so I just kind of went on a whim, like on a dream, of a hope of that amazing conversation that me and my kids had, not realizing that there was another person involved that maybe not would want, they're a family member like me there or whatever. And whenever we get married and whenever we are with somebody else, we have to consider their feelings, and they may not want what you want. I can remember when I was married, my husband, I had 3 kids and I was living here, and my sister had just moved back, and we were finally going to be together. We had been apart for so long. We had small children and we were going to get to raise them together. And then all of a sudden he said, we have to leave. I can't make money here. We got to go. You don't have a choice. We have to leave. And I remember feeling so sad and so depressed for a whole year because I didn't get to be with my sister and I didn't get to raise our kids together. and we were separated for years. And the same with my mom. He never wanted my mom to visit or come over. He didn't want me to have friends. And I remember I just raised my kids so alone and so isolated. I was always feeling so lonely that I thought, I don't want that for my kids. If I'm lucky enough to be alive and be a grandma, I really want to be in their life. I'm gonna pause it for a minute. My dog's gonna bark. So I just thought, if I'm lucky enough to be alive and I'm lucky enough to have these amazing, wonderful children, then maybe we could have this dream and that we could all be together, and maybe I could walk away from my behind the scenes work and just focus on kind of off-grid living and going back to nature and getting healthy and eating from the garden and being close to my family members instead of having to travel every 3 months to go see them, and just live more simple. And so I sold everything on this dream. I sold all my furniture, everything. I gave away everything, donated everything that didn't sell. And now I'm back in my home with those 2 chairs didn't sell, and I still have my mirrors. And as my house is empty and as I'm sleeping on an airbed, I'm reflecting on the dream that I had didn't work out the way that I thought it was going to work out, because there were people involved that didn't want that dream and weren't sure how I was going to make that happen, and made it clear that they didn't want me in their home and that I would have to just stay in the RV. And if I couldn't figure out how to hook up the water and all of that, that I would have to go to an RV park. And then shit got real for me. And I remembered crying in my RV, and I remembered my mom's dying regret was that she sold her house. And at the end, she didn't have anything. She was living in a retirement apartment with low-income people and situations, and she was afraid to leave her apartment, and she kind of just went crazy at the end. And she died on her chair in her apartment, alone and sad, of a heart attack. And I didn't want to be alone and sad. So I was willing to sell my house and start a whole new lifestyle and do videos on URSY's Great Adventures, sharing how I now cook outside, I haul wood into the fireplace, and willing to just kind of just sacrifice all the bouginess that I have here in the city for the homestead life, to be close to my kids and be a grandma. That I didn't make good decisions for myself. And I put myself in somebody else's control and somebody else's rules after living on my own and making my own rules. And it put me right back into the feeling of how I felt when I was married, how I could never do anything right. How I had to be a slave to earn my keep because he was the breadwinner. So I cooked and I cleaned and I took care of the kids and I did the yard work. And I did everything just so that I could get love and attention and feel worthy. And then I came here and started my business and started getting my power back and learning my value and learning my worth, and yet still had some relationships that saw my power, saw my worth, saw my money, saw my house, and wanted to come move in and take advantage of my kindness. And so there's parts of me that still need some healing, evidently. So when I got the news that I was not to come back, I was on my last load to come get all my outdoor furniture, and I was told, I got a phone call not to come back, that they wanted their maternity time alone for a month or so. And if I did come back, that I had to make sure everything was up and running in the RV, and that I wasn't allowed in the house, and that they would call me and basically make an appointment if they needed me or wanted me, and not to use the bathroom, not to, my own family. I had a breakdown. And then my sister picked me up and said, we're going to drive over there. We're not letting them know. We're going to go get your dog, because I left my dog there. And there was a puppy there, chewing on Bella every day. And then there was a big puppy outside, and it was just kind of a mess. And I was told not to come back. Meanwhile, I have no furniture, no bed, nothing. I was staying with my sister. Graciously, she took me in. And I went back, got my dog, got my RV, and that video I made on URSYIS Great Adventures was the night that all happened, that I just had drove all day to get my RV and my dog. And I was very emotional. I had some wine. And now I'm back home in my empty house. Grateful I still have my house. There was an offer that came in the day that I said I'm not going to sell my house. So I was like this close from losing everything and living in an RV park. So I'm back. I can rebuild from this. The only reason I'm sharing this video is because I want you to really, really be careful of your decisions that you make in your life, because they can drastically change your life, just like this. Now, obviously, I have a way to recoup from this. I'm not saying it's easy. I got bruises all over my body. I've been moving stuff in and out of an RV. The storage place that I had all my clothes in and everything was infested with ladybugs. It could be worse. Thank God it wasn't roaches or anything, but it was ladybugs. So now I'm taking every bit of my clothes and washing everything and then putting it in. On a good note, I decided to come back, and I've been wanting to take the carpet out of my bedroom. And so I decided to rip the carpet. I ripped the carpet out of my bedroom, and now I'm getting new carpet and new floors in my bathroom. So you can take what could have been a bad situation and turn it into a good situation. And I'm now protecting my peace, protecting my heart the best I can. I'm reevaluating people in my life, and I'm making sure that anybody in my life adds value to me and not just takes from me. And now I'm realizing that my kindness sometimes can be a detriment to my well-being and my lifestyle. And so now I have to really be careful of who I put in my life, and I'm rebuilding myself one day at a time, and I pray that my relationships will also get rebuilt, and we will all learn our lessons from this. And maybe someday I will be lucky enough to be able to be a grandma. In the meantime, life goes on. So I love you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, and just being here.